From an abusive childhood to global stardom, for a moment it seemed like Chrisean had finally outrun her past. However, after numerous controversies, mental breakdowns, and the recent arrest, fans that once celebrated her have turned their backs against her. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the events that led to Chrisean Rock's fall from grace. Chrisean on Blue Girls Club. There's no better way to begin the tragic story than Chrisean's first introduction to the spotlight. Her appearance on the rapper Blueface's OnlyFans reality dating show, Blue Girls Club. The year was 2020, and the world was on lockdown. However, amidst the chaos and uncertainty, Blueface decided to embark on a new venture. He launched an OnlyFans reality show that saw a group of women in his mansion for a month-long competition. The prize? His love and affection. Among the many women on the show, Chrisean Rock, a young woman with a bold personality, decided she was going to set herself apart from the rest. From the moment Chrisean stepped into the mansion, it was clear that she wasn't there to play games. Her eyes were set on Blueface, and she was ready to do whatever it took to win his heart. One quality that set Chrisean apart was her fierce attitude. This trait would later catch Blueface's eye and draw him towards her. As the days turned into weeks, Chrisean and Blueface's connection grew stronger, and the viewers were soon convinced she would win the competition. However, there was a twist on the show. Amongst the women participating was Blueface's baby mama, Jaden Alexis, and it wasn't too long before she and Chrisean clashed. This fight resulted in Chrisean losing her front tooth, a moment that would become infamous and increase her popularity. So how did it go down? The fateful day that would change Chrisean's smile forever started with the arrival of Jaden Alexis, accompanied by a group of 16 women. Midway through the show, Chrisean and Alexis got into a heated argument that was provoked by Alexis, probably out of jealousy, since Chrisean had gotten really close with her baby daddy, Blueface. There was also talk that Blueface was sleeping with Chrisean, further complicating the matter. During the heat of the moment, Chrisean, who was wearing only socks at that moment, slipped on the floor and fell into a small statue. The impact was sudden and severe, resulting in the loss of her front teeth. The incident was captured in an Instagram live video hosted on Blueface's account, quickly spreading across social media. But despite the unfortunate and embarrassing incident, Chrisean took a rather different approach. She decided to make jokes about the whole situation. Her Instagram bio humorously reflected her situation, as she adopted the nickname The Big Baby due to her one-tooth appearance. In an interview with The Shade Room, Chrisean would also reveal that Blueface had generously offered to cover the cost of a permanent replacement. However, she decided to stall a bit and rock the appearance. "I just gotta go get it screwed in my mouth, so I'm procrastinating honestly," Chrisean said. Chrisean would also go on to win the competition, and her public relationship with Blueface began. This marked the beginning of arguably the most toxic relationship we've ever seen in modern history. But wait a minute, before I fill y'all on the long list of drama, it's important to know about Chrisean's childhood and how the trauma she suffered may be the root of all the problems she faces in her adult life. Chrisean's abusive childhood. Like many women who end up going down the path she did, Chrisean had an abusive father. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, Chrisean was one of 7 children to a drug-addicted mother and a violent father, who for most of her childhood was in prison. However, when he was out, he never missed an opportunity to beat his wife and Chrisean's sisters.
I don't know, like it used to be like things like he used to take her to the woods and tie her up and beat her up. And so my mom dealt with depression, anxiety on like a high scale, so she got hooked on antidepressants, which got abused, obviously.
Due to Chrisean's mother's addiction, Chrisean struggled with homelessness from the age of 9 to when she was 18. However, despite the circumstances, Chrisean found joy in athletics, particularly in track and field. Her talent and determination earned her the opportunity to become a Division I athlete, a significant achievement that provided her with a chance to escape her troubled past. Chrisean was attending Santa Monica College in California when her life suddenly took an expected turn. She appeared on the Fox television show Ultimate Tag, and due to her athletic background, she won that season, taking home the grand prize of $10,000. But it was more than the money, because this glimpse of hope gave her the courage she needed to break into the music and entertainment world. Her first appearance was Blueface's Blue Girls Club in 2020. That same year, Blueface signed her to his record label, and she soon released her debut single Lonely alongside Blueface. The following year, she released the song Vibe, which became a hit, garnering over 5 million streams on Spotify. This success solidified her place in the music industry and marked her rise as a promising new artist. Now that y'all know about Chrisean's past, it's time to get into the world of drama. Chrisean Rock's toxic relationship with Blueface. Like I said earlier, Blueface and Chrisean's relationship is arguably one of the most toxic relationships we've ever seen. The first incident that showed that things were really crazy was when Blueface announced to the world that Chrisean broke into his house, cut herself, and with her blood wrote "I love Blue" on the wall. It all began on February 14th, 2022. During this period, Blueface and Chrisean were having one of their many breakups. According to Blueface, after the bloody love confession, Chrisean stole his Mercedes G-Wagon and allegedly used the car to sell crack cocaine. In a series of Instagram posts, Blueface described the incident as a fatal attraction type scenario, and to further prove that he was speaking the truth, he leaked a series of text messages between himself and Chrisean. In the text, Blueface encourages Chrisean to drive back home and not ruin her life. "You finna mess up your life," he said. "SMH, good luck. Police waiting for your ass at the state line." Chrisean would reply with even more paranoid texts like, "Nobody going to jail. Stop texting me like you against me." In the end, Chrisean later came back with the car, and the couple got back together shortly after. Later on March 13th, Chrisean appeared on the Talking Ish with Bone show, where she admitted to blood-smearing break-in. When asked if she did it, "Of course," Chrisean replied with a smile on her face. By May of 2022, only 3 months after the blood incident, Chrisean and Blueface were back together as a couple once more. And as you can expect, this meant more drama. It was Memorial Day weekend, and Blueface, his mother, his sister, and Chrisean were all together at a family cookout when suddenly a fight broke out, and the video quickly went viral across the internet. While the reason for the fight remains unknown, Blueface's mother, Carlissa Saffold, and his sister, Kaylee Miller, allegedly got into a heated argument with Chrisean, which led to a full-out brawl in public. Shortly after the incident, Carlissa Saffold, Blueface's mother, took to Instagram to express her outrage and disappointment. In a series of posts, she shared images of her swollen face, her caption filled with anger and betrayal as she called out her son and Chrisean Rock for their actions. "All I know is my son will never bring that person around my family ever again in life, And that's all that matters, she wrote, making it clear that the relationship between her and her son had been severely damaged. The fight also left Blueface's sister, Kaylee Miller, hospitalized. And days after, Kaylee took to her Instagram to share her own side of the story. She claimed that her brother had punched both her and their mother during the fight.
Y'all, that Blueface is a lame. The punched me and my mother in the face. And the lame gives no respect.
Kaylee also alleged that she and her husband were jumped by multiple men, including Blueface. Chrisean herself would later reveal her reasons for beating up Blueface's mother and sister.
I fought his mother, I fought his sister, but I fought his mother because his mother was throwing shit at me, getting in his face, disrespecting him. Disrespecting me.
3 months later, Chrisean and Blueface would make headlines once again for the wrong reasons. In August 2022, Chrisean and Blueface were out at a bar in Arizona drinking and partying. As always, they soon got into an argument. However, this time it escalated beyond control. Chrisean allegedly threw a punch at Blueface, striking him squarely in the face. Shortly afterwards, police arrived, and despite being the victim of assault, Blueface reportedly pleaded with the officers to let Chrisean go. Chrisean, however, was not immediately released. Instead, she was taken into police custody, facing charges that would soon become the subject of widespread media coverage. Although Blueface didn't get back at Chrisean for the assault, only a month after, he sucker punched her dad right on camera, and the video soon went viral. The incident involving Blueface and Chrisean Rock's father took place during a family gathering. Emotions were already running high, and it was clear something was about to go down when Blueface and Chrisean's father began exchanging words. Soon afterwards, Chrisean's father threw the first punch at Blueface. The blow lands, stunning the rapper for a moment. However, Blueface launched a counterattack that sent Chrisean's dad straight to the ground. As the dust begins to settle, Blueface can be seen being pulled away by his entourage, while Chrisean Rock's father is attended to by family members. But just as Blueface supported Chrisean after she whooped his mama and sister's ass in public, Chrisean also came out to support her boo. In a series of now deleted tweets, Chrisean shared her opinion. In one tweet, she wrote, "Somebody was supposed to knock that nigga out a long time ago," referring to her father. She also detailed how her father used to abuse her mom and when she was young. The same dad that got knocked out was the same guy that tied my mom up in the woods just to beat her because she screamed so loud in the house when he beat her in front of us. So he went out his way to damage his whole family. That same dad I met when I was 7, Chrisean wrote. Only a month after, in September, Chrisean Rock and Blueface once again made headlines for the wrong reasons. While walking on the streets of LA at night, Chrisean Rock and Blueface got into a heated argument that quickly turned into a wrestling match. The end result? Chrisean had her lips, nose, and eye busted from a Blueface punch. The picture quickly went viral on Twitter, with hundreds of comments criticizing Blueface's actions. But to everyone's surprise, only a few days after the post, Chrisean made headlines when she retracted her domestic violence claims. But she didn't just retract the statement. For whatever reasons, Chrisean decided to take the blame. On an Instagram live, Chrisean explained to her fans that she had a mental breakdown, had drank too much liquor, and was trying to jump out of a moving car on a highway.
I had a bad trip yesterday to Casamigos, trying to jump out of a car on the highway. Blue tried to keep me from jumping out the car. I the nigga, like, trying to get the up out the car. He's trying to save me, and I'm just like, I just blacked out.
The 2022 was filled of so much drama that I couldn't possibly name them all, but that's just 2022 alone. In 2023, Chrisean was pregnant with Blueface's baby, and with saw another level to the couple's messed up relationship. Baby controversy. The first controversy surrounding this topic happened when Chrisean made a bold statement on the Know For Sure podcast. Midway through the interview, Chrisean admitted to having had multiple past abortions with rapper Blueface. Chrisean revealed that she had terminated at least 3 pregnancies over the span of 3 years they were together.
I have a baby, I'm keeping it this time. Jesus. What? I killed like 3 of them.
Okay, Chrisean, wait.
The podcast episode began with Chrisean being asked about the possibility of her being pregnant again. Her response? Chrisean admitted that while she was unsure if she was currently pregnant, it wouldn't be the first time she faced such a situation. Chrisean's words, "If I have a baby, I'm keeping it this time," resonated deeply, as she confessed to having ended 3 pregnancies in the past. Her statement, "I killed like 3 of them. I'm ready now," resonated with some, but drew criticism from others. When pressed by podcast hosts B. Simone and Megan Brooks about whether now was the right time to have a child with Blueface, Chrisean's response was telling. She acknowledged that she wasn't entirely happy, quickly correcting herself to say, "I'm not married." Then fast forward to 2023. Chrisean would finally announce to the world that she was having a baby for Blueface. However, this was not without its challenges, and Chrisean faced much criticism for her actions during the pregnancy. The first controversy arises when Chrisean Rock was seen openly smoking a marijuana during an episode of the show Chrisean Love. The internet went wild. People criticized her for her actions on a show that was being broadcasted on national TV. One comment on the social media platform X reads, "People defending Chrisean smoking weed while pregnant. Someone called CPS." Some people even went as far as calling for child protection services to intervene once Chrisean gave birth, but Chrisean didn't let none of that get to her. She boldly smoked weed throughout the period of her pregnancy, and her boyfriend was there to support her. In March of 2023, Blueface took to her ex account to comment on the risks associated with smoking weed while pregnant. Blueface tweeted, "Lots of women smoke weed until their last trimester. There is no effect. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm only tweeting the truth, whether it's in her favor or not. I'm not biased." But this didn't help matters, because it only made people see him as irresponsible as well. I ain't gonna lie, whether or not the lady wanna smoke weed is up to her. However, the topic that really caught everyone's eye was when Blueface requested Chrisean do a DNA test to confirm it is his baby. This request brought about a lot of hate, with some internet users mocking Chrisean. However, a few days after, Chrisean went for the test, and the results have not only validated her claims, but have also brought a sense of closure to the swirling rumors that have surrounded her for months. She also went on her IG Live, where she shared her thoughts on the matter, expressing concerns about the traditional birthing process, and she made sure to put the haters in their place.
Oh yeah, I got the DNA test. It's his child. It's funny because when we did the lie detector test, he wanted to record so bad, right? But when that DNA test He should have planted me there.
However, in December that same year, only months after the baby was born, Blueface made headlines with a bombshell announcement that left fans and followers shocked. Blueface took to social media to reveal that a DNA test has confirmed he is not the father of Chrisean Rock's son, Chrisean Jr. In a series of posts on Platform X, Blueface shared the results with his followers. The first post read, "Tell me why I snuck and swabbed this baby. DNA test results came in, and I'm not the father, SMH. It's a bittersweet feeling because I was coming around to it, but definitely in my best interest, thank you, Jesus." But he didn't end there. That same day, he made another tweet that read, "I can't even pretend I'm not happy as hell." For months, Blueface had been publicly grappling with the possibility of being Chrisean Jr. AS father. Despite his initial doubts, he had referred to the child as his son on multiple occasions, even stepping in during incidents that raised concerns about the child's welfare. One notable event occurred at a Walmart store, where Chrisean Rock was seen improperly cradling the child's head. However, the situation took a dramatic turn when Blueface went live on Instagram to recount an incident involving Chrisean Rock and a friend named Marsh. According to Blueface, Rock had left the child with Marsh to allegedly meet up with another man. While the revelation might be startling, for Blueface, the confirmation that he is not the biological father of Chrisean Jr. brings a sense of relief and closure. It allows him to focus on his existing family, including his 2 children with rapper Jaden Alexis, without the burden of unresolved questions hanging over his head. Speaking of things hanging over people's heads, the next phase of Chrisean's life had the potential of her going to jail for a very long time, and the events leading up chaotic and shocking for fans who were tuned into the drama. Chrisean's legal issues. In August 2023, while on the set of the reality show Baddies East, Chrisean got into an argument with internet personality Whoa Vicky, which ended with Chrisean assaulting Vicky. The fight reportedly began because Vicky had liked a post on TikTok days earlier. Although the content of the video was not disclosed, it is believed to have had something to do with Chrisean. When Vicky explained the situation, she claimed that she apologized to Chrisean. However, Rock did not accept it. The situation, however, escalated into a pregnant Chrisean attacking Vicky, leaving visible cuts and bruises on her skin. Following the assault, Vicky took legal action, and Chrisean was sent to jail. The internet went wild, with some supporting Whoa Vicky, while others called her a rat for snitching. Blueface also took to X to share his thoughts on the situation. In a now deleted tweet, Blueface wrote, "SMH, I told her not to go on that show, free my son." In the end, Chrisean was released, but it was clear that she hadn't learned her lesson. Because on November 10th, 2023, Chrisean attacked a backup singer at Tamar Braxton's concert. The night started with Chrisean arriving at the event drunk and smelling of weed. As you could expect from a drunk Chrisean, she soon got into an argument with James Chanel, one of Tamar's backup singers, because she was not allowed to go on stage to perform her music for the crowd. According to Davis, a member of Tamar's team, the argument escalated quickly, and Rock allegedly struck Wright Chanel in the face, leaving him bloody and with a chipped tooth. The impact was so severe that Wright had to seek medical attention to stop the bleeding. But instead of being apologetic, Chrisean decided to attack the people she believed were spreading false rumors about her. Chrisean went live on her IG where she said, "I've been brought up before and I know how it goes a certain way. False narrative saying this happened, she did that. I don't know. I think it's just a clout chasing thing. Honestly, I need to start protecting my name." But it became obvious she was lying when a video of Chrisean Rock coming out to the stage when Tamar Braxton was performing her song Love and War was released. There was also a video that showed Chrisean Rock twerking while taking a photo with Tony and Tamar Braxton. Even worse was the zoom in on Tamar Braxton's face that showed she was visibly disgusted. But Chrisean didn't seem to care, or even think she did anything wrong. She just moved on with her life and continued to chase clout. But on April 27, 2024, everything came to a halt when Chrisean was listed as a fugitive on Oklahoma's detention correction website. The saga began back in 2023 when a warrant was placed on her for stealing Blueface's car and using the vehicle to transport and sell crack cocaine. The poster featuring Rock's mugshot and charges has been widely circulated, both online and in traditional media outlets. Despite knowing about the warrant, Chrisean made the decision not to turn herself in. Her primary concern was the well-being of her young son, whom she shares with rapper Blueface. Chrisean's fear of what might happen to her son if both parents were incarcerated played a significant role in her decision to avoid surrendering to authorities. Blueface himself has been facing legal troubles, adding to the pressure and uncertainty surrounding their family. The situation took a dramatic turn in June when Chrisean attended Blueface's court hearing in San Fernando Valley, California, with their child. It was here that law enforcement officers, who had been waiting for her, arrested Chrisean on a felony fugitive warrant related to the Oklahoma drug charges. This arrest set the stage for her eventual extradition to Oklahoma, where she would face the charges head-on. On August 7, 2024, Chrisean was extradited from California to Oklahoma to face the drug charges and a possible 8-year sentence. But before she could be extradited, Chrisean had to address a separate legal matter in California. She was awaiting sentencing for an assault charge, which occurred earlier in the year. On June 18th, she received a 30-day prison sentence for misdemeanor assault with a deadly weapon without a firearm. This sentence had to be served before she could be transferred to Oklahoma. Once her California sentence was completed, the process of extradition began. Chrisean was transferred from a prison in California to a facility in Oklahoma, a journey that was closely monitored by both fans and media. Her arrival in Oklahoma was confirmed by the Craig County Sheriff's Office, which documented her transfer on Wednesday evening, August 7th. At this point, Chrisean was facing the possibility of losing the first 8 years of her son's life if she was convicted. However, as luck would have it, on September 6, 2024, Chrisean was released from Oklahoma jail, with her charges dropped. In an emotional Instagram post, Rock expressed her gratitude for being able to be with her son during this significant milestone. "To be with you today, set free a couple days from your birthday is a blessing," she wrote, capturing the essence of her emotional journey. In an Instagram live session, Chrisean thanked Jesus for saving her and vowed to spend her new life focusing on her son and being a better person. So Chrisean's fate might have been tragic. She got a second chance to at least be a good mom to her son. I guess we'll just have to see how it all turns out. If you enjoyed